Anger has toppled empires, shattered friendships, and destroyed lives. The ancient Stoics knew this, and they built 4 strategies to master it. Letting anger loose might feel satisfying in the moment, but in most situations we end up acting without control and regretting everything we said and did. The world is full of situations and people that will test your patience. That's exactly why you must prepare and practice, so you can hold steady even in your worst moments. Few emotions cause as many mistakes as anger. It clouds the mind. We act senselessly, and people who have nothing to do with our anger end up paying the price. Anger is like fire, uncontrolled. It consumes the one who carries it. Seneca put it perfectly. Anger is an acid that does more damage to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. So how do you control it? How can Stoicism actually help you? In this video, I'll explain why Stoicism is the perfect philosophy for mastering your anger and give you 4 concrete tools you can use every single day. But before we get to the strategies, let's understand how Stoicism frames the problem. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what is within our control and release everything that is not. This means our thoughts and our emotions, including anger, are ours to manage. We must dedicate real time and real effort to mastering them. Stoicism is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. On the contrary, it's about recognizing them and then choosing, deliberately, how to respond. Stoicism is also about acting rationally. But when we are angry, when we feel rage, we do the opposite. We become irrational, we act disproportionately, we become unfair, and we hurt others and ourselves. With practice, Stoicism lets us gradually transform those impulsive, irrational reactions into calm, measured responses. Ones that let us see the situation clearly and resolve conflict in the best possible way. Stoicism gives us tools like the 4 I'm about to share that let us manage anger and other hard emotions so we can live a calmer, fairer life with fewer regrets. If you're finding this valuable, take a second right now to like this video and subscribe. It helps this wisdom reach more people who need it. So what can you do every day to gradually master your anger? Here are 4 Stoic strategies. Strategy 1. Discover what actually triggers you. The first step to controlling anger is knowing yourself. You must understand which situations and which people spark that fire in you. Once you know your triggers, you can begin building strategies to handle those situations before they escalate. Identifying your triggers isn't always easy. Many reactions are deeply ingrained and completely automatic. You act before you even realize you're angry. Common triggers include feeling disrespected or insulted, feeling helpless, feeling overwhelmed, or feeling like you have no control over a situation. Ask yourself honestly, have you ever reacted with anger to any of those? Pay attention to your thoughts and your patterns little by little. You will see what sets you off. If you never stop to examine it, you will never be able to change it. Self-knowledge is the foundation. Without it, the other 3 strategies have nowhere to stand. Strategy 2. Use the dichotomy of control. Once you know what affects you, ask the critical question, is this actually within my control? The actions of other people are not under your control. Most of the events that happen to you are not under your control. No matter how hard you try, some things simply will not change. If you think about it carefully, you'll realize that most of the times you get angry, if not all, it's over situations you cannot change. And they will keep happening in your life. When you truly accept that it makes no sense to spend energy on what you cannot control, you will see that getting angry over it is simply absurd. And once you see the absurdity, you can redirect that energy. We have no control over what happens to us or to others, but we have complete control over our reactions, and that is everything. Every time something makes you angry, you can choose. Take a breath and let it go, or if the situation is genuinely unjust, pause, calm down, and respond rationally instead of reactively. Another way to apply this principle is to focus on your own goals and values. When you keep your eyes on what truly matters to you, you'll often find that the thing making you angry isn't worth your energy at all. Ultimately, the dichotomy of control is the perfect lens for difficult emotions. I have a dedicated video on this topic. I'll leave the link in the description so you can go deeper with it. Strategy 3. Change your perspective. Many times, our interpretation of events is simply not accurate, and that inaccurate interpretation is what fuels the anger. Someone might act in a way that bothers you, but if you recognize that your view is limited, that you don't have all the information, you may begin to understand why that person behaves the way they do. That understanding alone can stop an unpleasant situation from escalating into anger. Our interpretation of events is the fire starter, and often that interpretation is wrong. Try putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Ask whether there's another way to read their actions. Imagine the consequences of responding with anger. Could you be misreading the situation entirely? Changing your perspective can save you from unnecessary conflicts and keep you from getting angry over things that simply don't deserve your anger. Strategy 4. Develop empathy and compassion. When we feel anger, it is often because we feel our needs or desires have been ignored or dismissed. But as we just saw, that perception may be limited. That's why developing empathy, genuinely trying to understand other people, is so powerful against anger. Ask yourself, why does this person act this way? What are they going through? How would I behave if I were standing exactly where they stand? Stoicism also teaches the importance of self-compassion and compassion for others, recognizing our own limitations and imperfections, and extending the same grace to everyone around us. We all make mistakes. If someone wrongs you, instead of erupting in anger, try to help them. Be the one who understands rather than the one who burns. Before we close, here are some final Stoic principles on mastering anger. Absorb each one of these. Understand that it is your opinion of external events, not the events themselves, that makes you angry. Understand that anger always has consequences. Anger hurts you far more than whatever caused it. Understand that the person who made you angry is not so different from you. Remember the times you have made others angry. Understand that if someone behaves badly toward you, they will face the consequences of that behavior, not you. You are not obligated to absorb their storm. Understand that your anger can be unfair. Understand that you have the inner strength to withstand the offenses of others. What others do is not under your control, but what you do is. There is always an alternative to anger. Always. And perhaps most importantly, life is short. It is far too short to waste on anger. Avoid the people and situations that drain you, protect your peace. These are your 4 Stoic strategies for mastering anger. Know your triggers, apply the dichotomy of control, shift your perspective, and cultivate empathy. Do you have any strategies of your own that you use to keep anger in check? Share them in the comments. I'd love to read your answers and learn from you. I'm also leaving 2 videos full of Stoic wisdom right here. I'm sure you'll find exactly what you need in them. And if this video helped you take one step closer to mastering your anger, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson.